I know firsthand that difficult choices are made when putting this bill together. But there are many parts of this bill that I have concerns with. But before I get to that, I want to recognize the continued, and as I describe it, nonpartisan support from Chairman Cole, Chairman Simpson, Ranking Member Pingree, and Ranking Member DeLauro, for all of us who work together on this subcommittee for upholding our tribal trust and treaty responsibilities. We stood united on this in the Interior Subcommittee for decades, and it's one of the reasons why I'm proud to say I'm an appropriator. I also want to thank you for your commitment from both of you, Ranking Member and Chair, for including advanced appropriations for the Indian Health Service for the 4th year in a row. We know that this will continue to save lives. But this bill is far from perfect. This bill disinvests in life-saving public health work at the Environmental Protection Agency. And don't kid yourself, it impacts every single one of us. The 23% of the EPA's budget halting climate regulation will severely harm the quality of life for Americans now and in generations to come. Believe it or not, the EP helps us to live longer, healthier lives. It protects the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the soil in which we receive nourishment from. The EPA cleans up after environmental emergencies. I hope you never have one in your district. I did. The state couldn't have handled it without the support we got from the national federal tax dollars that the EPA had. Some of these things that happen are man-made. That was what happened in my district. But also, some of the national emergencies that the EPA reacts to are from nature. So whether you're tackling a legacy industrial pollution site at a Superfund, or whether you're cleaning up after a wildland fire or a hurricane or a flood, the EPA is there to help protect and save life. The scientists at the Office of Research and Development support every aspect of the EPA's vision by supplying the best available science to use in its decisions as it is required to by law. Or should I say, at least they did, until President Trump acted unilaterally this weekend to shutter the Office of Research and Development. This is the loss of hundreds of scientific experts, and this will have cost to us. These are scientists who help us understand the impact of PFAS on human health. They develop the water quality standards and testing and protocols that all 50 states now rely on. And they're the foremost experts on understanding the impacts of climate change on our air, our water, and our human health. My constituents rely heavily on this research, especially when it comes to PFAS. Every American is already experiencing the changing weather patterns of a warming planet, bringing more extreme cycles of drought and flood, the intensification of storms that put life and property at risk. And you've all heard me talk about the concerns I have. This is a threat to our national security, to our military. Sea level rise, thawing permafrost, and severe storms are costing us more and more every year in the defense bill. Inadequately funding the EPA and blocking its ability to address climate change will harm our country's response to this threat, not only today, but tomorrow. I'm also deeply concerned and disappointed by the consequences of the deep cuts in this bill to the Park Service, the Smithsonian Museums, the Endowment for the Arts and the Humanities. These funds make cultural and artistic and natural, as in geography, an opportunity to have a daily history lesson, a civic lesson, to learn more about this great country. And for all who visit it, to learn more about this great democracy. These are investments in telling our story that support fair, free, and transparent exchange of ideas without intimidation. And that's what's vital about living in a democracy. So, Mr. Chair, and to Chairman Simpson, I know we can do better, and I look forward to you working with Representative Pingree to make that a possibility when this bill comes back, especially from conference committee, a bill that I can be proud to vote for. With that, I yield back.